Regardless how I feel about Marwa, he is one of the most popular African YouTuber. So with that comes a lot of responsibilities. What he does has a direct impact on the way many people see Africa as a whole and Africans in general. And as an African myself, despite the fact that he calls me American, yes, I have an American citizenship. It does not change my roots. I'm African at my core. I'm here to tell you guys, Marwa does not represent Africa. This man embodies every single negative stereotype that a lot of people have against Africans.
I don't know if there's any African men in here. Leave me the f*** alone. Y'all too aggressive.
The thing is, he has made these videos attacking me and attacking who I am as a person and insinuating and making up a lot of lies. And I'm here to specifically respond to them. Now, ever since the circus has opened, everybody have been coming with their own opinions. Some people say, Ivan, stop, it's enough, just close it up. It's been 3, we're tired, we're getting bored now. I am not forcing anybody to watch these. I'm quite aware that this is not why I opened my channel. But unless your name has been thrown to the mud, I'm sorry, I don't need your advice. I am going to continue to respond in kind, and I will address the major issues that he has raised in his life because it has the direct impact on my channel, my reputation, and myself as a creator. So it only makes sense that I meet him where he's at, which is right on the YouTube platform. So in this episode of The Circus, we are going to be discussing Lost Heidi and Priya. But before that, I wanted to let you know that as a traveler from Africa originally, there are certain stereotypes that, many people who have never been to Africa or who have dealt with Africans, certain types, have against us African men. One of the major one is the lack of hygiene. I have friends who tell me, hey man, I don't want to go to Africa because they don't wear deodorant. I don't want to go to Africa because they're dirty. I don't want to go to Africa because whatever. Nobody embodies that more than Marwa. By wearing the same clothes and the same shoes from one country to the next, that's what he shows. And it's very unfortunate because regardless of what you guys think, it has a direct impact on the way people see us. Number 2, the aggressive nature of Africans. This is something that if you talk to the vast majority of females who have dealt with a certain type of Africans, they will tell you African men are uniquely aggressive. That is not a good thing. No means no. Something that for some reason Marwa understands when it comes to himself. Check this out.
I have the right to say no to anything, you know that?
Yes.
Like I don't want to support, stay away. I have the right.
But when it comes to women, he doesn't get it. He just doesn't. No does mean no. Because as he travels around the world and lacks knowledge in understanding other cultures, he creates videos that many times exemplifies precisely what turns off many people about African men. I must say, I am specifically addressing what it comes to African men. The same is not about African American. We all black, but the stereotypes are even worse when it comes to African. The lack of hygiene is not something that African American men often have to deal with when they go overseas, but it's something that us Africans have to deal with. Why? Because Africa itself is unknown. It's such a vast and big continent. It is not as visited as, let's say, in Asia or the United States. Many people just refer to Africa as a block, Africa, despite the fact that it is a huge place with many different countries. Why am I going on this? It's because what Marwa is doing overseas has a direct impact on me, has a direct impact on you if you are African and traveling. We must present ourselves in the best possible way, but nobody exemplifies the worst that comes from Africa. The lack of hygiene, the aggressiveness, the lack of understanding of other culture, the closed-mindedness. These are all stereotypes that people have already about the continent of Africa. So when you are out there with that many subscribers as he does, there comes a certain responsibility that comes associated with that. So as I'm going to address the attacks that he has made against me, let me also bring this up to the picture because many of you guys tuning in is for, something to entertain yourself. It's a joke. It's funny. It's something that you're going to watch. And then when the circus closes and I return back to my regular content, many of you will not be back. I'm totally aware of that. The journey of YouTube is ups and downs. Quite frankly, he has told his subscribers not to even watch this.
You can go watch that video on his YouTube channel. But I don't recommend even to go and watch that video. Just listen to this story and end. Because I don't want any of my audience to be contaminated with that type.
I'm going to assume that everybody here wants to be contaminated with the truth. Man, I've been getting a lot of different comments. People telling me to stop. People telling me that it's enough. But guys, it's not enough. Because it's important, the issues that we are raising in this series. He has taken liberties to talk about me in such a way that has had a different impact on my channel, my views, and people who subscribe to my channel. So how can I just forget about this and move on? I am going to pursue this as long as I need to. And when the circuit closes, then it will be closed. You cannot take your time, your energy, your fame to throw false accusations against me and think you're not going to face consequences. Marwa, let me tell you this. I'm a United States Marine. We are your best friend or your worst enemy. At this point, I gladly wear the badge of your worst enemy. Guys, let's enter the circus. Hello everyone. Welcome to I Am Marwa Circus. We are going to be diving into a world that resembles reality, but truly is just a circus. Imagine a place where everything is imaginary and the truth is in front of your eyes. Yet, you are distracted by the sideshows and spectacles that you miss what's really happening. Just like a circus, the world is filled with distractions designed to blind you from reality. Stay with me as we peel back the layers and uncover the truth behind the spectacle. Let's get started. So guys, as I'm wrestling this clown, one of the best news I had was when I was ending my last video. Lost Heidi, who dated the clown for a short amount of time, has decided to release a statement. So let's get into what Heidi has to say. For those of you that are new here, Heidi used to date I Am Marwa's friend by the name of Kevin. This is more than a friend, this was actually his brother. And Marwa knew when he met Heidi that she was involved with Kevin. Did he call Kevin to let him know that he's going on a date with his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend? Did he let Kevin know? Did he back up as the bro code requires that you do? Did he do any of this? No, he did not. But don't hear it from me. I hear it from Lost Heidi. She's dated this guy. She knows him, just like I do. So first she goes into how they met. So guys, just so you know, the entire statement released by Heidi has already been uploaded to the channel. I'm gonna run through some of the key moments that I think are important for the sake of this video. So this is what happened.
I'm not getting paid. Nobody's forcing me to be here. I'm in Colombia. I'm in my house. I have a job. I have a normal life. So no, nothing like that is happening. Nothing like someone is coming and saying, hey, you have to do this video or that. No, it's not happening. I met Marwa, I think in 2022. At the end of that year, it was like around 15, 20 December, something like that. When I met this guy, I was in Medellin at that time. I was living in Medellin. Yeah, we met through the platform, I think Bumble. And that day he texted me. I think he was staying on the area where I was living, which was Laureles. And he's like, hey, let's go and grab something to eat. So we went for dinner.
So it was in the course of the dinner that they realized that, wait a second, we are both connected to the same individual. Kevin used to host Marwa. They actually shot a few vlogs together, still available on his channel.
But I think that in that year, maybe early, I was dating Kevin. Kevin was the guy that I met. He's from Kenya. He's from Nairobi, and he has a business in Bogota, and he's selling some clothes. And I mean, he has his personal business. He's doing his stuff.
And Heidi was just dating Kevin. Not like 10 years ago, not 20 years ago, not even like 2 years ago, like recently, like they just stopped dating. So Marwa finds this out in the course of dinner, and what does he do?
He was like, "No, I can't believe it. You know him?" Just like, "Yes, we were dating not long ago." He was like, "No, I can't believe it. This and that, blah blah blah."
So since Kevin is from Kenya and Marwa is from Kenya as well, it prompted Heidi to ask this question.
So at the moment I met Mara, I say, "How many of you Kenyans, emigrate to Colombia? Because it's not so common to find people from different African countries just coming to Colombia."
So guys, what do you do in this situation? What do you do? I want all the people in the back, the peanut gallery, all the folks that come on my comments and tell me, hey, Ivan, you're stealing Marwa's girlfriend and all of this and all of that. What do you do in this situation? I want the bros code attorney, the voodoo doctors, the chiefs, all the people commenting on my comments when I drop these videos to come and let me know. What do you do in this situation? Should you continue just dating the girl like nothing? Only if you don't care for the friendship. But if you do care, and I'm sure, Kevin, if you're watching this, you wish Marwa would have told you. Brother, if you're watching this video, you know how to get a hold of me. Hit me up, man. Let's shoot some vlogs. Let's give something to the YouTube platform. Let's unmask the clown. Let's do that, Kevin. I hope you hit me up, man. And we can do this. So, guys, basically, Marwa broke the bros code. And he's running around accusing me. And I've been quiet. Because I don't enjoy any of this. You guys think I do, but it's a lot of work putting all of this together and it drains my energy. But I have no choice but to defend myself. So Marwa, why did you pursue Heidi after you knew that she was just involved with your boy? A guy who helped you, your friend, who used to host you, who showed you the ropes. A very close friend of yours. Why did you do this? Why do you think you are entitled to take people's girls like this? Why? Please answer to the people, man. You like to go live and talk about different things. Go live for 3 hours and give us a response, man. I'm sure a lot of people want to hear from you about this one. So as they continue, Heidi knows the right thing to do is to tell Kevin. Who knows, maybe Kevin would have been okay with that. It's just common courtesy. If you have a friend and you somehow match, this thing can happen. If you care for that friend, I think we can all agree we can all agree except Marwa, that you should tell your friend about it. But when he was prompted by Heidi, what did he say?
And I say to him, like, "Why don't we send a picture to Kevin?" It's like, even though we're not in a relationship, because we were never like in a relationship, but we were dating. And he say, "No, no, don't do that. I want to talk to him. He's my brother," because I have no idea how long they were living together or if they were helping each other. But I know they have like close friendship.
So as they prepared to go to Mexico, this is what Marwa the pimp said.
Mara said that he was in charge to tell Kevin that he knew me and that we were about to fly to Mexico. I didn't find it so important at that moment.
So when they arrived in Mexico, guys, once again, Heidi asked Marwa, did you tell Kevin? His connection with Kevin is a lot stronger than his connection with Heidi. These guys are like best friend brothers. So what did Marwa, the clown pimp, say?
So at the moment that I arrived to Mexico, I asked him, like, "Did you already talk with Kevin?" And he's like, "No, I don't think this is a good idea, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. It's not like I stole his girlfriend or this or that."
So again, I want all the bros code experts to come out, man. Break it down for me. Drop the rules in the comments. You guys have been motivated to come at me telling me all of this stuff. Please, go ahead. Marwa has been accusing me of stealing girls. Guys, one thing I'm going to point out. Even if you believe Marwa that I have no game, Marwa says that I have no confidence, I'm unable to talk to women. That's the way he wants to portray your boy Ivan over here. That's the way he wants to portray me. My confidence is only activated after he spoke to a girl. Then I become more confident, and then I steal all his girls. That's what he said. So even if you want to believe that, look at this fact. I did not film with any of these girls that he's accusing me of stealing until after our friendship ended. Not a single one. Because if I was going to check with Marwa first. But once the friendship ends, I am free to collaborate with whoever I want. Because the problem with Marwa is he wants to control who you collaborate with. But I broke from those downward chains. And I'm asking you guys, if you're watching me and you are sitting there thinking you need Marwa in your channel, you want to collaborate with him. Last I heard he wants $1,000 for collaboration. Guys, you know what you can do with $1,000? Go on several trips in your area. Stay somewhere. Give us some vlogs. Africa needs more vloggers out there. Give us something good. You're going to generate more money, and then you're going to start traveling more and more. Do not pay $1,000 to go collaborate with this guy. You saw what happened in my channel. You're not going to get the views you think. And if you do, as soon as you're done, they will crumble right back down. So create your own content. This Marwa the pimp clown is not worth you spending $1,000 on for. Don't let his ego get even bigger. He's a liar. But let's get you to hear from Heidi.
What Marwa didn't say to me is that he is turning on the camera and filming whatever he wants to film, because he's very invasive with the camera. And he's doing this all the time, which is okay. I know I'm here, but I'm not used to the camera. I'm still a shy person. I don't want to be on the camera.
So you see, she also explains her discomfort with the camera. The issue you have here is that you face an individual who does not edit videos at all. He films, goes on the computer. I've seen him countless of times. He edits, it takes 5 to 10 minutes. He just dropped the little I am Marwa at the bottom, red, and then he pushed the video out. There's nothing through it. He will put the CD in the middle of the video too. Tell me, even the normal transition, Marwa does not know how to do. Marwa does not know how to do any transitions. Marwa, if he talks to a YouTuber, he doesn't even know how to do a lower third, to put the person's name at the bottom. Marwa doesn't do any basic edits, which is fine. It works for him. I'm not attacking him on that. It's just very interesting because if you film with him, beware. If something happens, you want to wipe your face or nothing, and you want the scene to be cut, he won't cut it. He releases things the way he records it. And I want you guys to pay attention to that, because we will come back to this when we talk about Priya. This is a very important fact. The way he films, the way he goes live, is the way things are supposed to stay and stick, no matter how much you complain. So at the end of this trip to Mexico, Heidi returned home to Colombia. And to her surprise, within a few days, the pimp clown was back at it with somebody else. He already ignored her. That's what he does. He meets women. He would do whatever he can. Fly them, pay $1,000 to bring them over. He would do whatever he can. And once he's collected his taxes, you are done with. He doesn't care about you anymore. That's the way Marwa operates. Shout out to you, Rocio, for keeping that puppy who claims to be a lion at bay. It's great. Marwa, when are you going to buy that ring, man? We can't wait to see that. She finds out by watching YouTube that he's already involved with someone else within days.
The moment I left Mexico, he met Nina la japonesa.
Hey, I think that's enough.
Good?
Yeah.
Which is completely fine, guys. We were just hanging around and it's fine. But don't be that disrespectful with people.
So that's basically what Heidi discusses on her video. If you want to listen to everything she had to say about Marwa and what happened between him and her, please check out the video. It's about 30 minutes. And like I said, it's already posted on the channel. Let's continue. Thank you, Heidi, for providing your statement regarding I am Marwa. This is very troubling indeed. He does display the characteristics I brought up earlier in the video, which is just over-sexuality and aggressiveness. And it's very troubling for people who don't know Africans and who just watch him and think, well, If this guy who's on YouTube with over 500,000 subscribers behaves, this is the way Africans are. Guys, no, it is not. That is not the way Africans are. I am Marwa does not represent Africa. He represents his village at best. But I've never been to Yabohanze, but I believe that not everybody in Yabohanze behaves the way he does. He is quite primitive in his manners. And it's okay in Africa, but it's quite disturbing and troubling in other countries. One of the greatest things about traveling is to expand your mind and learn about other cultures. But as you get to learn, one thing that does not happen with this individual, he doesn't learn. Despite how many countries he goes to, he stays the same. He stays primitive, he stays aggressive, and he stays extremely selfish and dismisses cultural differences that he may have with people he meets.
March 2023, New York City. Myself and Marwa headed to meet Lauren Brown and her father. The idea was to vlog around and then head to a museum and film some more videos. The day was great, but as always, Marwa turned everything around.
We arrived in New York City. There was a lady called, there's a lady who came to receive us. His dad is my good friend, and the dad came with his daughter to come and receive us. And we could do collabos with the daughter. And Ivan makes a video, says how it feels to be a wingman for Ayamaro.
So one of the things he has done in his life is basically attack me on my title. He mentioned third wheel. He mentions wingman, which it was actually third wheel. Kind of the same, kind of not. Regardless, I want to let you guys know the reason why Marwa told me to come with him was not because he wanted me to be part of this experience. Marwa uses people, and he needed me there because he didn't have internet. You will watch on the following clip how we got into this situation. He needed me there to have signal so he can text the person he was going to meet. And then after she was gone, he was going to meet someone else. So he needed me there. So I was sharing my internet with him, and that's what we used to figure out where the lady was with her father. I didn't mean anything disrespectful by my title whatsoever. When it comes to content creation, any YouTuber will tell you, one thing that is very challenging is coming up with a title. You can be very confused about what to use. You can make it sometimes more complicated than it should be. But one thing you must do is generate curiosity. If you want to make a video and you don't have the right title, you might suffer on your views a tremendous amount. Therefore, it is crucial to come up with a title that is clickable, that is interesting, that generates suspense, curiosity, all of those things. That's the reason why I used it. And remember guys, at this time in my friendship with Marwa, we were laughing and joking about a bunch of things. Don't let me go further. Just check out this clip.
She's very cute.
She's very cute. So I don't know. I'm kind of like in a third wheel situation.
Third wheel. What's
You know, the third wheel is when you have a guy and a girl together.
Yeah.
And then a friend that has no real reason to be there.
Okay.
So I'm basically an extra person, an extra party.
So the thing we shall do is you'll study the situation.
Yeah, and if I feel like
if you feel it's cozy and it's bringing the vibe of dating and a lot of smiles,
then I see myself out, and
yeah,
I will carry on.
You can do a vlog. We're still in New York.
Yeah.
Then, but you know, also I need you because I don't even have internet.
Yeah.
I didn't tell her I'm going with a friend.
Yeah.
So, but all in all, you never know because you cannot plan things just based on your side of the story.
Right.
So, but it's always to be open-minded just in case. So, and that's all we are doing.
All right. Yeah. So as you see, it was a lot of fun and jokes. I'm aware my friendship with Marwa is no more, but what is really troubling to me is how he's trying to change the past. It's like he wishes he could get in the time machine and change everything. No. The day we went out to meet Lauren in New York was a beautiful day. I came up with that title as a fun way to get it clickable. I'm out there, I really don't have a reason to be there, and I'm meeting Marwa. I even made the joke in front of her dad. Guys, check it out.
So guys, we have the dad here. He came to make sure that Marwa does not kidnap the daughter. All right. So
No, I'm here on business, but I came to meet him. he is the man.
He's really here just to go do some business. I'm just happy to work out this way.
all right, sounds
He
good.
sent me some donations, so I want to say thank you again.
No problem.
Insinuating like me and this lady, we were trying to date, or me and this lady, we had something. And this was an innocent lady. Innocent lady, guys, that the dad had brought to meet me. And we did good videos. And in Ivan's video, it's him claiming that the lady is like my girlfriend and he's the wingman.
Why are we here? We are here because Marwa flew a teenager to my house and could not get his tax. That is the reason why we are here right now. That is the only reason why we are here. That is it.
It's because he has training from the very most sophisticated organization that he works for.
So now he goes back in time and tries to demonize everything that we have gone through together. He's trying to throw the baby with the bathwater. And some of you guys are laughing about this. And as funny as it is, it's actually really sad. Because I don't know if he's doing this on purpose or he just has a mental issue. Marwa is a clown. He doesn't control what he's doing. He has these weird impulses. But he gets stimulated by the fact that people are cheering him on and saying it's okay, man. Clown, keep going, clown. We love this. What a great circus. Keep on going. So he keeps going. And this leads to even more problems, and we will get into that when it comes to Priya.
I invite you to watch the video and you will see there's absolutely no way in which I insinuate anything of the sort. One thing that's very clear is that Marwa does not have the confidence to date a strong, educated black woman. He suffers from a serious inferiority complex and therefore dates a white woman as a way to boost his self-esteem. And it gets even more boosted among his peers in the village. Marwa, I never thought for a second you had a chance with a strong black woman from New York. You are really delusional, and I strongly suggest you stop lying to your subscribers. After New York, I drove Marwa to Washington, D.C. so he can get his visas. We had discussed previously that he applies for visa for both Argentina and Brazil. We had the discussion and he indicated, as I will show later on, that he wanted to come to DC to get those visas. However, this is what he told his subscribers.
So Ivan himself is the one who convinced me, I swear before God, not to go to Miami as I had planned before, but to go to his house just because he knew I needed visa for those countries. I needed to apply for visas and I had to go to the embassies. And all these embassies, he knew where they were. And it's true, in Washington, D.C., all embassies of any country you can imagine in this world are there. So that is how I got convinced, okay? That is how I got convinced to go and stay at Ivan's house. I swear before God.
These are dangerous allegations. What's even more dangerous than his allegations is the number of people watching these videos and believe him. And in this video, I want to emphasize the fact that I believe Marwa has a problem. He has a mental deficiency to some degree. So there's no point to attack him there because it's really not his fault. He has a problem, he has a problem. I don't know if he was born with it or something that he developed in later years. But what's really frightening is the number of people who are tuning in, encouraging him, and giving him money. Despite the fact that what I'm doing here is showing you guys the proof that what he's saying to you guys is not true. Despite how many lies he has made, he often says, I swear to God, I swear to God.
I need to go to Brazil, man. That one I have put on my checklist. I'll do anything for Brazil, man. Trust me. I need to go to Brazil, bro. I really need to.
I think it's a really good idea when it comes to culture, sightseeing. You have to, and the weather is nice over there too. You know what I mean? I highly recommend Brazil. So you need to submit the paperwork as soon as you can, man, because, who knows, maybe we can meet over there, because I'm definitely going back 100%.
So you see, Brazil was part of his plan. Now, what he's trying to make it seem like is that I basically bullied him into coming to Washington. Man, sometimes you watch the clown and you think you've seen all his tricks, but he just has always one under his sleeve. Marwa, I didn't bully you to come to Washington. You knew you had a nice place to stay. You knew I would drive you there. You knew all the embassies are in Washington. Even after I kicked you out, you went to Motuas. You took advantage of the fact that you are in DC to get your visas. And from the United States, you launched your trips to South America. The same way you do. The only thing that changed is the fact that you were not staying with me. You were staying with somebody else. I don't know why you're lying so much to your audience. It's quite disrespectful. And you guys are giving him money for this. You guys are supporting him, clicking like on his videos and insulting me. Guys, Marwa went to Brazil because I told him it's an amazing country. Brazil is beautiful. It has some of the most amazing beaches. Who does not want to go to Brazil? Whether you are a man or a woman, Brazil is a great destination. Besides Brazil, we also spoke about Argentina, and I believe his current wife or girlfriend is from Argentina. So I spoke to him because I've been to Buenos Aires and I enjoyed my time there so much. So I told him, man, you should definitely add Argentina to the list as well. So he got a little bit curious about, man, do I need a visa? Because he already had an American visa. So he was curious like, hey, do I need a visa for Argentina? He wasn't sure. So your traveler, your favorite commando, what did he do? He asked me to help him out, figure out the requirements. So this is what happened.
Hey, I need you to do some research for me. I believe with an American visa, I can go to Argentina without a visa. Something like that. Yes, bro.
So guys, I looked it up. I looked up the requirement for Marwa so that he can travel to Argentina. Notice, I never told him, come to Washington and do this. In fact, like I said, one of the things that was strange to me is that he wanted to do it from DC. Nairobi is a major city. It has, I believe, the vast majority of embassies, especially places like Brazil and, Argentina. These are major countries that I'm pretty sure are present in Nairobi. I never understood why Marwa does not just apply for visas from Kenya. To me, it just makes more sense. Before you leave Kenya, you already have your visas. Then if you want to stop in the US, you can do that. And then from the US, you just go to your next destination. The United States for Marwa was a lot more expensive, even though he wasn't paying for anything. He kept complaining about how expensive things were. So to limit that time where things were expensive for him and a country that he had no issues calling the Lonely Planet, it is in his best interest to get out of the United States as quickly as he can. So why doesn't he apply for visas in Africa, in Kenya, in Nairobi? Well, I think it's because to apply for visa, maybe he would need a day or 2 or 3 or 4, and he's comfortable back home in Yabohanze. So he does not want to be in Nairobi in a hotel somewhere and do the paperwork. It's easier for him to just get to Nairobi, get on the plane, fly to the US, stay in somebody's house, and couch surf like I indicated before. He's a couch surfer with a camera. Apply for the visas, and then go from Washington or whatever to the next place. Guys, I've never tried to trick Marwa into coming to DC. When he comes over, it disrupts my routine. I spend more money on food, transportation, everything. I'm not saying I wasn't happy when he came. Of course I was. He was my friend. I was making the sacrifices because, hey, Marwa gets to get his visa. We get to hang out. It is a perfect, combination. But now he's trying to make it seem like I was all about basically dragging him into Washington for what? For what? And you guys believe this. So now, let's get into what happened with Priya.
So he's asking me, and he's asking me very antagonizing questions. For example, why did you do this to Priya and not this? I'm like, bro, I just arrived in New York City. Why can't you ask me even another question? For example, how was your flight? Something like that. He asked me questions that will create Priya's attention so that Priya can watch that video. Because I came to realize later that this guy actually, his wish was I don't know if it's still up to today, was to meet Priya.
So guys, when it comes to Priya, this is actually quite sad what took place. This is very sad. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and go back in time because videos are still up on my channel. Videos are up on Marwa's channel. And you can get on Priya's channel and you can figure out her perspective from all of this. We all have kept our videos live. So really, there's no need for me to go back and tell you how we got here. We picked up Marwa at the airport and everything was fine. So I was asking him various questions about his content and, you know, what he has gone through since the last time I saw him. There was absolutely no ill will towards that. Guys, check out the videos. Now this segment here will actually be very easy because Priya has addressed just about everything that Marwa has mentioned against her. But I do want you guys to pay attention to how he uses his power on YouTube as a way to bully this young lady. Guys, the reason I collaborated with Priya is because she reached out to me. Why did she reach out to me? A few days after being in my house, Marwa had a live. And in this live, people were egging him on to call Priya. And it's quite interesting, someone with so many years of experience, how easy it is for him to move into a certain direction. All it takes for people to say, do this, and he will do that. The thing is, there's a time difference that matters. When the East Coast of the US wakes up, depending on where Priya is in India, people might be asleep. He never even tried to look at the time difference. If people say, call Priya, 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 he would just call her. That's how Marwa found himself in the biggest mess since he met Priya.
Now, I want you to see how this guy was obsessed with me. This guy, after I left America, he contacted the lady in India, Priya. You guys saw the videos. The reason even I never dated Priya was because of this guy.
One of the reasons that motivated me to go to Kenya was because my airline, that is Indigo, it started flights from July to Nairobi, and since I work in that airline, I get staff tickets. I get tickets at a discounted price, so traveling becomes easier for me, a little cheap for me compared to other, like a person who's traveling on full fare. I was traveling alone to Kenya and Africa, and sometimes it is always good to have someone known in that country to hang around, to roam around and to film and vlog. And even Ivan was traveling to Kenya at that point in time. So I that's the only reason I reached out to him and we decided to vlog together.
You guys know why Marwa and Priya did not date? It's because she's not into him like that. She just wanted to be friends. The whole world have seen those videos, right? This was a pretty big drama when that was on. You guys have seen the videos. You guys know what's going on. Despite the fact that those videos are on YouTube and you guys can see this girl telling him no just about every video, he says on his live that I'm the reason why he never dated her. That's how obsessed he is to lying. That's how obsessed he is to destroy my image. That's how obsessed he is about me. And then he says I'm obsessed about him. I haven't been talking about him. He has been talking about me. I'm showing you guys facts. He's making things up. And then he says I'm obsessed. Just think about what he thinks of you guys. Because, I really don't care what he thinks about me. But just imagine what he thinks of you guys, the subscribers, the people who are watching, clicking the like buttons, giving him donations all the time. Just think about what he thinks of you guys. By lying like this, blatant lies. That's why I call him Pinocchio. So just keep that in mind, guys, when you give him that money, what he really thinks of you.
He contacted this lady called Priya and told her he wants to meet her and he's ready, I think, to buy a flight for her. I'm not sure about this part, but I think Priya told me something like that, like he's ready to sponsor her trip. They meet in South Africa. Priya said no. Priya said, okay, I want to go to Kenya. Ivan said, okay, I'm coming to Kenya to meet you. Imagine how psychotic. I don't know. This is obsession.
So guys, when Marwa does these videos, he doesn't pay attention. His camera wanders everywhere. And that's how he almost caught my address a few times, my license plate. if you're not there to make sure you block him, his camera will wander everywhere. So in the case of Priya, his camera wandered on his phone and captured, her phone number. Because I think he was talking to people and flashing her number like this. So of course, people screen grabbed the number and called her. People started blowing her phone and everything else, that she reached out to him and tried to have him take the video down. He was not, doing so. So she had no choice but to contact me. So she called me and she basically asked me to help her talk to Marwa. So guys, I went to Marwa and I said, Marwa, Priya is very upset. She's on the verge of tears. Her phone number was leaked online. You need to take the video down. Priya was so desperate to have that video come down that she was even offering money to Marwa. Marwa was not budging. Guys, Marwa got on my very last nerve. Because when I told him she wants the video down because her number is on there and people keep calling her phone, it's a big nuisance. She can't sleep, people are blowing her phone. He said to me, looking at me straight in the face, she can just change her number. Guys, imagine that. I don't know what it's going to take for Marwa to ever recognize when he has done something wrong. He just won't recognize anything. So this is the first time I raised my voice at him. What happened with Priya is kind of like a prelude to what happened later on with the girl from Europe. A situation that is about to escalate and I don't know what else to do. So I screamed and I told him, Marwa, and I think he was shocked. And then he decided to, put the video out to rest. This was a very bad experience. He not only leaked her number, then he got upset that she got upset about it. And ended up unfollowing her on social media. You guys who follow him, I'm sure you remember that episode. He was bashing her, He was basically mad at her for being upset that her number was leaked. Because no matter what, Marwa is always right. That's the way his brain functions. He can't comprehend anything about being wrong. He can never say, I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with this person. So that's basically how I started talking to Priya. So when she went through that episode, I was basically the person in the middle to make sure that both parties come to a very peaceful resolution to this matter. But you guys know, it took a lot. It took quite a lot, for me dealing with that situation, because I was very sad. Because I don't know why somebody has to push you this hard to take a number down. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Fast forward, Marwa also claims that when he left, I reached out to Priya and invited her, on a trip. Guys, that is not true at all. Marwa talks so much and lies so much. He doesn't even know the difference between left and right anymore. I'm sure he doesn't know the difference anymore because he lies so much. I didn't reach out to Priya to go to Kenya at all. I didn't. You're going to listen to her messages. She reached out to me. I am free to collaborate with whoever I want. I don't care what Marwa thinks and what he says. I am free to collaborate with whoever I want. Marwa, I'm no longer in your grip. We're not friends anymore. All of these things you are crying, complaining, and moaning about happened after our friendship was over. I don't know what your problem is. You are such a little child. You are such a jealous little boy. It's insane. What do you care who Priya collaborates with? What is your problem? She's not your wife. She's not your girlfriend. She never was your girlfriend. The only thing about you is that she likes you as a friend. I don't know why it's so difficult to comprehend. You're a dangerous man. A man who cannot understand what a friend is a dangerous person. Because you always try to escape that friend zone. She put you in a friend zone, stay there. What do you care who she collaborates with? Are you jealous? You're the one that said, I have no game. You're the one saying that I can't talk to women. But somehow you say, I spoke to Emily, you gave up. I tried to get D with money somehow. Priya, I get her, a girl you spent, 2 countries with? somehow I can just snap like that and I'm with her in your country, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because if you really think, that I have no game, just say I have no game. But don't contradict yourself. How come I have no game and at the same time I'm like aggressive, doing all of these things, and you turn the roles around. You call me aggressive, but you're the one. You're the one. Boy, you spent almost 2 hours talking about me, about how I can't talk to women. And in the same story, somehow I end up with the women every time. How is that possible? How? You gotta get your mind checked, man. There's something wrong with you, man. For real, there's something wrong with you. So yeah, I don't care what Marwa thinks. The bros code attorneys, please come out and let break down the code for me. But even if you think I did something I wasn't supposed to, that's your problem. You guys can think whatever you want. I don't care. I am a free person and I can do whatever I want. My friendship with Marwa is over. I am free to collaborate with whoever I want, and I will continue to do so. So now I'm gonna let Priya explain the rest. The whole story about me buying plane tickets to South Africa is false. That has never happened. Priya and I never discussed going to South Africa. Also, Marwa says that I wanted to buy her a plane ticket. She's a flight attendant. She can fly for free. What do I need to offer her a plane ticket for? I mean, you're completely ridiculous. And guys, Marwa knew we were in Kenya. She told him. Because Priya wanted to have her mind clear. So she told him. She told him that we were filming. She told him that we were coming. He knew everything. The only reason she didn't meet him is because he said, if you come, you have to be ready. Ready for what? Ready for what? You are just like P. Diddy and R. Kelly at the same time. You do these weird things in front of everybody. One day, it's going to catch up to you. I promise you. I hope that you really calm down. But the way you are aggressive towards women and the way you try to bully them and force them in situations that they don't want, it's criminal, man. And you try to do that in my house. But we will address that on the next chapter. So guys, I'll let you guys watch Priya.
So when my number was leaked, Ivan was the person who helped me, because I texted Ivan to and told him like I'm willing to pay whatever money it is, but just let that video go down, because Lord, like I was getting lot of calls and messages, and it was like very disturbing for me at that given point in time. So Ivan was someone who helped me at that point in time. He was conveying the message, and he has always been good to me. Never ever he has shown any bad intentions or intent to do something bad to me. He was he genuinely helped me to get out of the situation. I was honestly disturbed for those few days because I used to get a lot of messages and calls. So how can I not talk to someone who has helped me? So I would never force my friend to not talk to anyone who I am enemy with, because if he is in good terms, if he is getting along with that person really well, then who am I to stop that person? That means I'm taking his or her freedom. Like he has all the liberty in life to make his or her own decisions. I am no one to stop him to stop talking to someone else. I understand if that person is my boyfriend or my fiance or my husband, then it's a different thing. But if I'm considering someone as just a friend, and that person is in good terms with someone who I'm not in good terms with, I wouldn't force my thoughts on that person. He is free to do whatever he or she deems fit, right, correct. People calling me a traitor for meeting Ivan. Okay, if your friend does something that you don't support, and that friend has an enemy, and he says that you wouldn't talk to him, otherwise I would dissociate myself with you, then that is not something that I believe in. Tomorrow if my friend has 100 enemies, and he would have expectations. He would expect me to stop talking to those 100 enemies. Then that's not fair. Like, if I am not in good terms with someone, I cannot expect my friend to not talk to him, especially when that person has helped me. Before leaving to Kenya, I made it clear that we will always be friends and friends. Never ever have I said that I am his girlfriend or I have any feelings for him or anything. And he also said somewhere that, he wouldn't let me come to his village if I'm not his wife or anything. So that was a little surprising. I always wanted to stay friends with him, but I don't know how this thing blew up and people started linking me up with him, because never ever in my video when I was in Goa with him or in Sri Lanka, I gave any false signals or I was that I am interested in him or I like him. Like, it was always, and I have always, since day one, I've always told him. And whenever I would come, someone would ask me, I've always said we are good friends and travel buddies, and that's what I was clear in my head, and I had told him. He went back to Africa and then he gave a couple of interviews and he said he won't allow me to come to his village if I'm not his wife.
You think you bring like this beautiful girl next to you.
Yes.
And you're with friends, you're introducing her as she's my friend. What's that, bro?
Actually, in an African home, it doesn't bring,
Even me, how will I introduce her to my parents? So if she decides to come, if she watches this video and decides to come, she should come with her mind made up. Otherwise, me, I'm out. I should not put my energy there. I should put my energy in something else that I see more fruitful.
Honestly, you can't push or force someone or pressurize someone to like that person. I mean, you should get attracted to that person. If I'm not able to get attracted to him, what can I do? I mean, and it's not that I didn't tell Marwa. I always told him that I'm coming to Kenya, Nairobi, and if we want to meet as friends, I would be more than happy. And I also I thought he will come to Nairobi. I always told him, whenever we are around and you want to meet me, I would love to meet you, and I would take an effort, but just as friends. And it's okay, like, if you don't want to vlog, even I don't want to vlog and I don't want to show everyone, but as friends, I genuinely consider him as my friend.